Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Round 2 complete! Get to round 3!
Hello there guys. I'm not doing this, but I just happened to be in the place where it started when the timer finished. So it thinks I'm doing it, and I don't seem to be able to get out of it. Right, what I've got for you now is the best blueprint, the most cheeky blueprint that I've ever done. Right, I've just recorded this video once, so I know all of this stuff works. I've just done it, but the video didn't work, and I'm so fucking annoyed about it. Over the past couple of days, I've had a real big problem with my capture, and they've not been working, which is why I've not been uploading any videos. Last night, I made a lot of changes. I bought some new stuff, and I thought I'd fixed the problem. And today, I've just been recording a video, and I've gone to put it onto my computer to post-edit, and the file is completely corrupt. So I'm kind of hoping that this one works. There's definitely something seriously wrong, but I can't seem to find out what it is. So fingers crossed that this one works for you guys. Anyway, very, very quickly, let's jump into the weekly events for the Spring Forzathon. Right, as you can see, I've completed them all, and I did them in a very cheeky way. Right, the first one, get in the car. Very simple, I already owned the car. The second one is to complete 2 cross-country circuits. So, I'll show you where that one is because I've just made a blueprint for it. It's right here. This blueprint here, the Broadway Village Scramble. Oh, I apologise that my email is beeping. So Broadway Village Scramble, that's where you want to start, and I'll very quickly show you the blueprint. I'm not going to race it or anything like that, but if I enter it and I go to Solo Event, and go to custom events. For you guys, it's going to be in the friends and followed section, but for me, it's in here. So I've called it CC weekly event. Cross-country weekly event. It's just 1 lap. It's really, really easy to do. You're guaranteed to win. You need to do that twice. So I've done that. It's given me the challenge. It does work. Make sure it's this one that says cross-country. So I've got a few in here, all of these. So make sure it's the right one. Cross-country weekly event, 1 lap, spring. There we go. Once you've done that, let's get out of all of this. The next thing that you need to do is to do a jump. Now, check this out. I thought this was quite funny. So the danger zones, I've put an S1 class tune on this car. And then I came to here because I've got 3 stars on this. So I teleported to there. Let's just jump in. Gives me a chance to have a little drink while we have... Oh, the update! The Fortune Island update. I've bought it. It's downloading right now. So once this has finished downloading, I'll blatantly be making a video on that for you and showing it you. Didn't get a chance to have my orange juice.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
I better be able to get this danger zone while she's making me do this thing that I'm nowhere near or any part of. So, check out how cheeky this is. Get a nice bit of speed, jump off here, get over 500 feet. Oh, I messed it up. Right, rewind. The first time I did it, I got over 500 easy. Right, rewind, and then just do it again.
When it is safe to do so.
Right, as long as you don't fall over, it gives you it. So when I've just been doing this on the video that didn't work, I actually got 3 stars. And then... That's probably going to be 3 stars. Yes, it is. So that was 3 stars. Over 500, 3 stars. So you just do that, rewind. As long as your wheels touch the ramp,
turn around.
You just do it again.
It is safe to do so.
Right. I just did this. That was it. So 3 stars again. So I did that 5 times and got 15 stars. Really easily, really quickly. It's raining. We should have a rainbow. So how bloody easy is that? So yeah, you can just rewind. So that's a very cheeky way of getting the next one. But the pièce de résistance is coming next. This is the cheekiest blueprint I've ever done. Right, we got to go to the Titan. So it's all over here, look. So I'm just going to teleport over there. Right, the final thing that you need to do is to win an event at the Titan, right? Now the Titan, I like the beginning and the end of the Titan, but I hate the middle bit, and I find it quite difficult to win, although to be honest, I've mostly been on Unbeatable. But yeah, the Titan's difficult, and it's very long, but not my version. I am shocked that it let me have this. But what I've done, I've created a blueprint at the Titan that is very, very short. You are guaranteed to win, and it gives you it. Right? It actually gives you it. So if we look at the weekly events, I couldn't believe it gave it me. Absolutely shocking. But here we go, look. Take home the gold by winning a cross-country series event on the Titan, right? So that's what you've got to do. So you would expect you've got to run the Titan. Let's get out of all of this, and I'll show you my blueprint. Oh, it's a cheeky one. All right, pop in a solo again. And go to custom events. And for you, you want to be going on friends and follows. I'm just going to go in here. Right, so it's called Weekly Cheat. This is it. That's what it looks like. It's 0.3 miles long. Right, so not exactly the Titan. So pop into that. Oh, I got changed as well. I chose a new outfit for spring. I'm wearing the Drift Club t-shirt, which I thought is appropriate as I am trying to learn to drift. So my drifting's going quite nice. I'm getting there. I'm still really struggling on the Drift Club, but I'm doing good on just drifting around. So yeah, I'll max out the Drift Club. It's just that they make you use really shit cars. So, start the event. Now, as you'll see on the little mini-map, the event is a straight line with a wiggle. And they do the wiggle, so they pop down onto the beach, but I don't do that, obviously. So when they go down there, I just go past, and that's the finish line. That's it. That's all you've got to do. So that absolutely 100% works for the, whatever this event is, the Spring Weekly Challenge Forza Horizon event. It's very short, so you don't get much for it. There we go. How fucking cool is that? So that's all I did. I just did exactly what I've showed you. I did that lap on the Broadway area, which is one I've showed a couple of times before. 1 lap long. Make sure you choose the correct one because it must be cross-country. You have to do it twice to get your 2 laps. Then you can do your jumping off the ramp. Do the one I did and you get 3 stars really easily. And then you can just press rewind and go back to where the ramp is and then do it again and then rewind, do it again. Do that 5 times. You've got it. That's it. And then come here and do this. Right, on my previous video, what I also did is I looked at all of the seasonal events. So I had a good look at all of these. Where are they? Yeah, they're spotted around the map. Unfortunately, they're all cash, so obviously I don't need to look at them again. So that was a very big disappointment. But there is something very, very exciting. If I go to my home, I've got something to show you. Whilst I was getting changed, I noticed something, which I assume came from today's update. But I've not looked in here for about a week, so it could have been there before, I don't know, but I don't think so. But if you've not seen this already, check this out. Here we go. We have new outfits. We got a Viking outfit. I like it, but I don't think I'm going to wear it. But I still want it. But look at this. We have an Alf costume. And it is Alf. The Alf costume from Alf. Which is a fucking amazing Christmas movie. So it's exactly kind of what Zoe Deschanel wears in that movie at the store. Now, that is the first Christmas movie that my wife has ever watched. I made her watch it a couple of years ago, but she is the Grinch completely. But this year, I've noticed that she's been watching quite a few Christmas movies. So maybe she is kind of warming up to Christmas a little bit, which is pretty cool. I love Christmas. I get very excited about it. I go way over the top on decorations and presents, and I just like it. It's exciting. So I'm hoping that's rubbing off on my wife. Now, I have told this little Christmas story before, but it was a long time ago, so I'm going to tell it again. And someone did say, do you have any Christmas stories? So here's a Christmas story. When I was very little, me and my brother used to share a bedroom when we were little kids. And we would, on Christmas Eve, actually, I've got 2 Christmas stories. I've just thought of another one. What we used to do is my parents would be downstairs wrapping the presents, and we would be waiting and listening. And when my parents sounded like they were coming upstairs, we'd run into the bedroom, jump into bed, pretend we were asleep, then they'd go to bed, and then we'd get up and we'd creep downstairs in the middle of the night so that we could open our Christmas presents early. And in fact, in Colombia, they do open them early. In Colombia, they open the presents on Christmas Eve in the night, so not on Christmas Day. They open them on the 24th, which for me feels so wrong. It's just wrong. But anyway, what we used to do as children, I was the youngest, and my brother's 3 years older than me, and then my sister is another year or two older than him. So when you're very small, that's a significant difference. So my brother and I would be listening, and he would say, quick, get in bed. They're coming. And I'd jump in the bed. And then they would go to bed, and we'd hear them. And he'd say, you wait here. I'll go downstairs and make sure it's all safe. And I'll come and get you when it's ready. So he said that, okay? And then he'd creep down the stairs whilst I was waiting eagerly upstairs for him to give me the all clear. And then he would come and get me and call me downstairs, normally a few minutes later. I never really understood why, but now I know, because he's told me, and it's a bit cheeky, right? He used to go downstairs first, open all of my presents and all of his presents carefully, choose the ones that he wanted for himself, and then wrap up the ones that he didn't want and put my name tag on them and leave them for me. So that's what he was doing. He crept downstairs first, told me to wait, and then he opened all my presents, chose the ones he wanted, and then wrapped up his shitty presents, like itchy jumpers from aunties and stuff like that. So yeah, I used to always wonder, why do I get so many clothes for Christmas and he gets loads of toys? And if I get toys, they're always really, really babyish ones. I don't get any cool toys. Even the ones that I've asked for, my mum gets them for my brother. So yeah, he did that for several years, as long as he could get away with it, I think. But I never knew he did it. And my parents never knew he was doing it because they saw us just playing with toys and arguing like kids do and didn't really know what was going on. So they didn't know that he's playing with a toy that I want to play with that I think belongs to him. You know, of course not. So yeah, many, many years later, we were out at a restaurant having a meal and he told me that's what he used to do. How cheeky. So that's Christmas story number 1. I've got another one for you, but I need some orange juice. Right, Christmas story number 2. The other thing that we used to do, my parents used to buy us Christmas presents quite early in advance, and then they'd hide them around the house. And we used to find them. We used to go looking around the house and we'd find the presents and we'd play with them and stuff. So they cracked on to us doing this. So what they then started to do was they would wrap the presents up and then hide them already wrapped, thinking that if we did find them, there was nothing we could do about it. One year we got like a scale electric set, which was wrapped up underneath their bed. So we found it. Every day when they went to work, we found the scale electric set with our babysitter. And we opened it very, very carefully. We set it up all around the living room and we raced it for hours and hours and hours. Every day we did that leading up to Christmas. And we actually used it so much that the plug of the power pack actually melted. So when it came to Christmas Day and we opened it for the first time, we was like, oh my God, look at this. And we showed my dad the plug and it was all melted. And he was like, well, that's no bloody good, is it? I'm going to go and have a word with that shop. So yeah, he was really angry that the shop had sold us this scale electric set with this dodgy plug. And he went and got it changed for another one. So, well, I think he did. I can't quite remember, to be honest, but obviously he would have fixed it. I don't know whether he had a spare or he complained at the shop or what. I like to think that he did complain. I've just bought this from our kids and they've opened it on Christmas Day. It's brand new and it's bloody broken. Oh, that'd be so funny. And they'd be like, sir, it's been used. It's very obviously been used. Look at the cars. They're almost worn out. This has been played for hundreds of hours. Go and have a word with your children. So the other one that we also played with a lot when we were children, when we got... we grew up through the 80s, so when the ZX80 came out, we had that, then we had the ZX81, then we had the Sinclair Spectrum 16K, then the 40K, then the 128, the Plus, the Plus 2, the whole lot, all the way through Sinclair. That was our home computer. So when it was coming up to Christmas, I think it was the Sinclair ZX Spectrum 48K at the time with the nice rubber keyboard. So same as the 16K one, but had more power. It had a whopping 48 kilobytes of power, which is just fucking mind-blowing. So yeah, when we knew we were getting that present, we my dad actually wrapped it and he put it down at my grandmother's house, like his mum's house, so it was hidden and he knew that we wouldn't be able to find it and all that kind of stuff. But she looked after us one day and we did find it, and we actually took it away and we used it leading up towards Christmas until we had the opportunity to put it back at her house again in order for Christmas Day. So I mean, it was kind of for my brother rather than me. Although it might not have been. It might have been for me, I don't know. He would have changed the tag. Or it could have been for both of us. And he would have just said, just to AD, not to you. So who knows? It could have been for me. So we were, before Christmas, when we were using it, we kind of learned how to do all the programming. And you used to be able to program very simple games just from the magazines. Like the Codemasters, when they first started out, I think they came from Leamington Spa, somewhere like that. And they used to send up games they'd written to the computer magazines, and you could just copy out all the code. So you could, you know, it'd be like a Space Invaders game or something, and you'd done it yourself. And then, well, you hadn't, you'd copied their code, but you'd written the actual, you know, written all the stuff in. So it was really rewarding to do that. So we used to do that a lot, and we learned a lot about the computer and how to program in BASIC. And I mean, we used to go into the computer shops and just write a basic program just to draw patterns on the screen or write something on the screen and keep it looping and stuff like that. But when we actually opened the computer on Christmas Day and we started playing with it, my dad was like, oh my God, them kids are good with that computer. So he must have thought it was like absolute genius children, like idiot savants. We were useless at everything else, but we got the hang of the computer really quick. But we'd been using it for probably about a month or so before we even realised that we had. So there we go, guys. There's a couple of Christmas stories. I really hope this video has worked because the previous one didn't. And wasn't that a cheeky blueprint? So yeah, that worked for me. And I tell you what, I need to find out how you get this elf costume because it's fucking awesome. So yes, I will most definitely be changing into that one. Not so bothered about this. Oh yeah, there's the Santa one as well, which is absolutely horrible. So I'm not going to take that one. I'm not interested in that at all. But I definitely want this. Epic. And that's my new outfit with my drift club for the spring. So that's all from me, guys. You take care, and I will be seeing you later on today, I hope, with some information about the new update. I'm going to be showcasing it, obviously, so if you haven't bought it yet, or if you're trying to decide, you'll be able to have a nice look at that. I'll be exploring, seeing what we've got to do, looking for some treasure. I'm excited about it because I know nothing about it. I've not watched any teaser videos or anything at all. I have no clue what it's about. I just loaded up the game today. It said there's an update. I did the update. I loaded up again. And then it said, hey, expansion. Do you want to buy it? I was like, fuck yeah, I do. So yeah, I've just bought the expansion and it's still installing right now, but I'll obviously be uploading on that a little bit later today. So, see you all soon. Bye-bye.